go a lot of places, and I want people to chase like these wild spaces because I think they're important to get out there and get away and see what like
Mhm.
this is what the real world's like. The cities, that's not the real world. The real world is out in the outdoors. Like that's what it was always like.
In other words, people spend too much time in the house and in buildings.
Welcome back to the Unfiltered Outdoors podcast. So pumped for today's episode. Today we'll talk about chasing fish and purpose with someone who has turned both into his life's mission. Kenny, pumped for today's episode, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I'm excited too. Lael became a really good friend of mine real fast. We connected at a film festival, and I was just stoked to see somebody out here getting it that looks like me. So
Same.
Yeah, it's always
Yeah.
nice when we get to see somebody that looks like us in the outdoors. So,
Yeah, man.
hopefully, as we track down the road a little bit longer, hopefully we continue to see more of that. So, Lael, I'm gonna tell the listeners just a little bit about you, and then we're gonna dive in, man.
Please.
So, Lael is the owner of Fly Guide, the founder of Fish Foundation. He's a Ford ambassador. He's Simmons Fishing Pro, and most importantly, just a high quality dude with an incredibly inspiring story. So, Lael, welcome to the Unfiltered Outdoors podcast, man.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So, I just want to dive in and let's talk about. I want to know about the first time that you went fishing and what that felt like for you, kind of how you found the ground and where you developed that passion from.
Well, I'm originally from Kansas and just kind of got into it, through my parents, man. I was just fishing for, fishing off the dock, man, for like, crappie and, like surf, not surf perch, but perch, like kind of off the dock. There's like a kind of a frozen lake in the winter, but there's like a heated dock there. And I just remember like being, I don't know, 5, 6 years old and kind of hanging off, like tying the line to like the dock and having like a little bobber out there, a worm, and then go down and grab it. So I didn't have a pole in the beginning. And then this is back when this was a thing to do. You could send in your UPC, like the more packs of cigarettes that you buy, you could send in the UPCs and they give you rewards. This is old school, bro. I'm from the '80s, right? So there was this. It wasn't me, but so my neighbor like used to smoke the Marlboro Reds, tough, and he sent in a whole bunch of these UPCs and they give you a reward, and they gave him a like a Daiwa rod and reel set, and he's like, man, I'm not going fishing. So he gave it to me, bro. This is like back in the day. This is like a setup, you know. So he gave it to me. It's a big pole, right? And I'm always like, man, I'm always about big fish. So he gives me this pole, and I go out fishing for catfish. My dad knew how to fish for catfish too. He taught me how to do that, bro. And I was probably like 8 years old, and I was at that same little dock, but I was out where the boats kind of parked out, threw it out there, and I about got pulled off the dock by a catfish.
Dang.
And that just was like, oh yeah, this is it. This I like this. This is what it
Yeah.
is. So yeah, man, that kind of like really got me going. And then kind of fish with a homie every now and then for bass, and then just kind of, man, I've, there's many stories, many hours of how I've got to where I'm at now. Yeah,
Dang, that's fired. That's crazy. So
that's
it's
how I
it's
started.
always been it's always been big fish for you then.
It's Yeah, once you find that you can actually catch one and you actually figure it out, like you're not really looking for nothing else.
Yeah.
That's kind of it. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I personally haven't had that experience yet. I mean, I've gotten to like reel in a fish, but I haven't got to hook a big one yet. So I don't understand it the
You
same
know,
way
I'll,
y'all
I'll tell you
understand
this:
it.
most people hook a lot of big fish and they lose them, or they don't think it's a fish. There's a lot more people that hook the big fish that they're looking for than they think they do.
Huh,
I just
okay.
I know how to put them in the net.
I feel it. I guess that's what makes you special, you know?
Yeah, man, I know how to land them.
Yeah, Kitty, we got to get you catfishing though. Leo, when you say like talk about catfishing, it sounds like that's kind of like a nostalgia thing for you. Is this catfishing kind of bringing it
Oh
back
yeah,
to a
yeah,
younger
yeah,
age?
a hundred
And
percent.
that's me too. Just catfishing with my grandpa, so much fun. Also, maybe an unpopular opinion, it might just be a Midwest opinion, but catfish is just it's great eating.
Oh, dude, I
Like
love
I
catfish, bro.
love
I'm like,
Yeah.
catfish.
they honestly like, and I've had enough of both, but like, I would eat catfish over halibut. I
Yeah.
would. Yeah,
That's a
I've
hot
got
take.
all. I'm serious. I'm not even kidding. Like I'm not joking. Like, and I'll give you this. It's one of the things is like whatever you can get in abundance. Like I can have an
Mm-hmm.
opinion. I've had a
Mm-hmm.
lot of halibut, you know, so I
Yeah.
know. And I remember like I've deep fried a bunch of catfish and I've deep fried a bunch of halibut, and I would take a catfish, a channel catfish over halibut any day. But a ling cod wins over everything. That's the
Okay.
one. If you gotta
Okay.
have ling cod or a sea bass. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dang.
we have a couple of fish houses here in the Midwest. So I'm in Missouri,
Hmm.
and when you see fish house, like in the Midwest, that just means like they just have catfish, like,
Hmm.
and they got catfish, and they got hush puppies, and they got
Catfish.
chicken tenders for the kids.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Coleslaw, beans, like no,
Yeah, man. I
like
tell people it's like when I was growing up, man. Like you hear about salmon, like bro, I knew about salmon, and salmon came in a can, dog.
yeah,
That's
That's what you in the Midwest. It comes in a can. You're like,
yeah. Did
bro,
y'all
we're
make
having
the same?
we
You
make
make a
salmon
salmon cakes out of it?
croquettes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a treat. That was a treat. I was like, man, we
Yeah.
balling out here.
I remember, yeah, between like salmon and the first time I had fresh tuna, I was like, I didn't understand because salmon and tuna were all in a can.
in
Like
cans.
Yeah.
that's just what
That's
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
tuna
Yep.
I get, but I don't think I've ever even had
Yeah.
salmon in a can. I didn't even know it
I'm
came in
about
a
to find.
can.
I'm about to find one. I'm about to find something.
I'll ship you some. There's plenty of it down here.
There is enough of it down there. It's been on the shelf for a minute.
Yeah,
Dang, that's fire. It's crazy to think that you've gone from like, catching little dogs to the big dogs, the steelhead. Which reminds me of like this conversation we had I think the first time we ever met up to fish and film. And we
Mm-hmm.
were talking about your logos on the side of the boat, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I live by this saying, if you can't see it, you can't be it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And remember you telling me this story about how cool it is to have your logo on the side of the boat, a little black kid look over and see you driving that Ford truck.
Yeah,
Let's
that
talk
was
about that.
man. Like I love number one. In a million years, man. I never thought I'd even have a boat. Like I'm from the dock, I fish from the bank, right? So then, I stepped into just being able to be out in the Northwest and walking to the rivers is incredible in the first place, and then you open up a whole nother chapter and you get a drift boat. You get a drift boat, right? I'm like, this is incredible. And then I get a raft that you can go in more places that are a little bit more crazy than that. And then I decide that yeah, I'm gonna get a 20-foot jet boat with a 200 on it, and I'm gonna be ripping up and down these rivers in the big boat. And you got to go through planning, and you try to have your sponsors involved and get things like that. And I was like, man, I think I want to put my name on the side of the boat. Like, I I I thought about this, I was like, man, if I'm like the little kid that's chilling on the dock, and I had a good day, I caught my little fish that's about like this big. And I was like, man, if I was sitting in traffic and I used to be in like the 79 station wagon, the green joint with the leather seats that'd tear your hand off if you caught your hand in the door, right? And I was like, man, if I was sitting in traffic and I looked over and I'm like, man, that boat's cold. That's a cold boat. And I'm like, and it says somebody's name on it. You see the sponsors. And as a little black kid, man, like I didn't think anything like that was ever be available, let alone that would be me. And I was like, that would be dope. Like, well, who is this guy? Who is
Hmm.
because you don't pay attention to everybody in traffic. But it's like, if you're lucky enough, man, like your kid will look at you, you crack a smile out and be like, hey, bro, if this is you, this is you. So I thought about that, and that's why I put my name on the side of my boat for that moment. It really wasn't even about anything else other than that. I thought about that moment, like what would I want? What would I appreciate if I was, 8, 9, 12 years old and I'm trying to figure out life? Like what do I want
Yeah,
to do? Do I want to be a fireman? Do I want to be a doctor? Oh, I want to be that guy. I want to be that guy. So yeah, that made the decision. Yeah.
that's dope. I feel like a lot of our like us to be lucky to do the things we love to do, right, for a
Hmm.
living. But
Hmm.
then a lot of what we do now is like adult like processing trauma and like living our
Oh,
wildest
100%,
dreams for
100%,
ourselves. Yeah,
100%,
yeah.
100%. That's not, man. You gotta find something to heal. You gotta do something, man. So everybody's got a
yeah.
story.
And the thing is like I think for people who are maybe like newer to the outdoors, it can be a little bit overwhelming. But if you're able to just like get together like a go pack of fishing gear and just say like life is stressful right now, just
Hmm.
grab and go. Like I would say there's somewhere to fish within an hour's drive of most places. Like if you
There
can just
is,
get
but you know,
out,
it's, the thing is, there's a lot of places to fish, and I'd say this, right? It depends on where you live. So I do remember, like in Kansas, like man, you're not really driving. I mean, like if you're in some city area, you're really not driving that far to get from place to place. It's really not that far, and
mm-hmm.
honestly, even the regulations, I mean, they're there, but there's not like a lot of regulations. It's just not like a
Mm.
regulated thing. Like bass is very, very available. Like lakes, pretty much is like, I mean, they're open year round. If you want to be out there in the dead of winter, you can go fishing. You know,
Yeah,
um, so like, you know, the intimidation factor in certain areas, that barrier may not be there. You know, but then you come out where I'm at in the Northwest. Oh my gosh, holy smokes. Like I've been doing this, I've been guiding for 14 years, man, and I've still gotta like you gotta look at it and check it or whatever. So it may be the access you just need to know things. So, you know, just helping through that process is a big deal. It's definitely intimidating, depending on where you live.
Ooh.
Yeah.
so if you were gonna kind of like pick an entry point that you feel like would be safe for most people, like how would you choose to introduce people to fishing in a way that they could get out and just kind of experience that?
I honestly, man, I would ask people like, what do you want your experience to be? Because this is actually something I've been really thinking about. So like, I like fishing, right? But the reason that I like fishing is because of all of the stuff that I would never do had it not been for fishing. So
Mm-hmm.
and this is just maybe this is where I'm at in my career. Like, it's not about the fish for me no more. It's not. I didn't
Yeah,
caught them. I've caught them. I didn't caught the big ones. I didn't caught fish. I didn't traveled. Man, I've been all around the world. I've done it a bunch, right? So it's not about the fish for me anymore. It's about the experiences and the things that I get to go through.
Mm.
And the fish is the thing that's getting me there. Like once I've said I've held the fish. I took the big picture. It's great, man. It's like it's great. But I love all the other stuff. And so what I would do now is I would ask somebody, it's like, what do you want your experience to be? Do you want to get outside? If you want to get outside, then I'm gonna give you an answer. If you want to chase the fish, like that's a whole nother conversation. I'm a professional in this
yeah,
game, so like I want to ask that. But like yeah, going seeing if you could find a lake just to get outside and get comfortable. That's what I've been learning myself, trying to transition into like guiding is guiding on the level that I've been doing. That's different. It's a whole other world. And then trying to open up access for other people
Mm-hmm.
is a whole
mm-hmm.
nother game. And I'm still figuring out and learning that translation. Because I don't want to bring somebody that's just trying to get to the outdoors and trying to see their first fish. And I'm like, we're going to steelhead now. We're
Yeah,
going to get in there, like, and that's the only gear I have, you know. So I
yeah,
just I want to know that it's like kind of trying to start slower. Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like, especially because you've got people traveling kind of, I mean, all over the nation, right? But then also people that are coming international, and it's
Hmm.
like they see the fish and they want to chase the fish, but they don't understand what goes into chasing the
Oh
fish,
man.
you know?
Yeah.
Because it's different to think that you're gonna go, throw some bobbers out there for some perch or something and chasing steelhead in the winter.
Right. Right. Like so from the guiding aspect of this is me working is like I mean, you should have a pretty good idea of like what you're getting into, and like you have a phone call with me, and I'm telling you where we're gonna be, like what we're gonna do, like the technique you're gonna pick, and
Hmm.
all the rest of that stuff. But still, man, if you're not from the area or if you haven't done it, it's one of your first experiences. You don't expect that you're gonna be up at 4 o'clock in the morning. You're gonna meet me at 5 o'clock in the morning, dressed in your waders, and we are going to launch off the side of the road in the dark, and we're going to row down the river, and you're just like, What?" And then I'm like, yeah, cast right there, right there. And I'm dead serious, bro. Like, you can get out there, and I mean, your first 2, 3 casts in the morning, man, it can be game on. Everything that you came for, your tickets, your flying, all that stuff you did, it can be for the first 2, 3 casts in the morning. and
Hmm.
it's a lot. So you don't want to you just want to drag everybody through that, especially somebody that's just trying to get comfortable because it's a lot, man. You overload somebody and
Hmm.
kind of you put a bad taste in their mouth for it. If it's too much, and that's something that I've been learning through the process. Like starting this charity. Like I'm a steelheader, and that's what
Hmm.
I want. I want to get you to that level. And I wouldn't say I'm the most patient man. Trying to be. You learn, you grow, you get older. Because I want to get it done. Because that's just how I am, man. So it's really it's different to be on this go 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 pace of being a professional. I got to get this done. I got to be regimented, and then you're like, man, you got to slow it way down
Hmm.
to introduce somebody into something that they potentially could love later on. And typically, the way that marketing works and all this stuff is, you're seeing this big fish, man. You want to see this big fish, and that's what your day is kind of set on. And you don't want to hurt any hearts if that's not given to you that day. But it's a process. Some
Hmm.
people understand it, some people don't. So the introduction does matter.
And that's where I wish that we kept some of like the child's heart type situation. Because like when I take my girls out fishing, they don't care what's on the other end of that line. It's dad, I got a fish. And
That
it's just
fish.
the
That's great.
enjoyment.
That's
Yeah, it's
great.
just the enjoyment of the experience. And I know that at some point it's going to turn into, Dad, I want a bigger fish. Dad, I want a
Hmm.
bigger fish.
Just keep
But
them
I
off of
think,
Instagram, bro. Keep them off of Instagram.
well, if you hold it closer to the camera, it looks bigger.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. Just
yeah, take a couple steps
Right.
back and push it
Right.
forward.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah, but I mean, I think I think there's value to both sides too. Like we want to challenge ourselves and we want to progress in the sport, but also at the same time, like you don't want to lose that heart of just the enjoyment of doing it either. And I feel like it can very quickly get off balance if you're
Oh
not
yeah.
careful.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't. I mean, and oh, like, okay, for instance, like I've been packing for a couple of days because I'm leaving and I'm driving like 20 hours, 20 hours, 22 hours in a couple of days to go to upper BC, right?
Mm.
Hmm.
And that's just what I do. I'm going by myself. Like I think I'm meeting up with some people, but if I don't, I'm gonna meet up with them eagles and maybe some wolves, maybe some bears. But I'm gonna get some fish. That's what I'm gonna do. But
Hmm.
this would be, and I'm making a point of this. Um, I'm gonna take my time getting up there. I'm if you want to get somewhere fast on four wheels, you ride with me. I will drive. I would drive 16, 17 hours in a day, and I
Man.
will get there because I got to fish the next day
Yeah,
because I'm trying to soak it up as much as I can. But man, when you're out there, like you miss a lot. You miss a
yeah,
lot. Like there's a lot. You ever go on a road trip and like let's say you got like an 8 hour road trip, 10 hour road trip, and you just see something that's just like, man, this is gorgeous.
Hmm.
Like I would just love to like hang out here for a minute, but you got to meet the homies or you have to be somewhere, and you might go on that trip, 3, 4 times and never actually have the time
yeah.
to like stop and see it. Man, you're missing so much, missing a ton, and I'm trying to appreciate a lot of the things that I've driven by in the past years, like kind of carving out some time
Hmm.
because like I said, man, I've caught the fish. I need to catch some of these memories, catch some of these these lookout points, look at some other stuff, man. There's a lot of other things out there beyond the fish, but I never would have saw the lookout point had I not been chasing fish in the first place.
Yeah.
And that's the
And
important part.
Yeah.
I think to that point too, I think there's a challenge to also learn to appreciate what's around you as well. And
Hmm.
the example that I have is like there's a state park where I'm from. I grew up on the Missouri Arkansas border.
Hmm.
There's a state park where I'm from. It's called the Grand Gulf State Park. It's just
Okay.
they call it like the little miniature Grand Canyon down there in the Midwest. So I mean, just this beautiful thing, and it's something that I just took for granted. And then now I see people that are posting online it's like they're traveling hours just to go hike at Grand Gulf or just to go experience that. And I'm thinking back like, oh, that was there my entire childhood growing up.
Yeah.
And maybe went out there 3 or 4 times just because I was bored. But I I lacked I lacked the opportunity, or I lacked to take advantage of the opportunity to just go experience that and just appreciate what I'm surrounded by. So I try to find myself doing that a little bit more where I'm at now. So I'm about 2 hours north of where I grew up, but we've got a lot of great land around us, and I find that I'm more appreciative of things that are outside of where I'm at when I'm appreciative of what's around me too.
Yeah, you just see the. I don't know, man. I think that'd be like another conversation. Like, I'm a spay fisherman, right? So I'm fly fishing with the big long rods, and a lot of these locations and things that I go to, man. Like I've walked the banks in Canada many times. Obviously, Washington, Oregon, Alaska, Norway. Like, man, I've done all this stuff, and the fact that I have something that kind of forces me to slow down, and I don't have
Hmm.
to stare at the bobber, right?
Hmm.
Because even though we'll tell the story, like the way that I caught this fish with Kenny, bro, was like, man, I'm telling you,
I'll
it was
never
one of them.
forget it.
It was one of them moments. Like, oh, okay, yeah, bro, this is almost, like it was something else, and it if I had not been having the conversation that I
Hmm.
was having with Kenny, being able to slow down, like to be able to do what I was doing, that moment wouldn't have been what it was, right?
Hmm.
So that technique gave me that opportunity, because if I'm slinging bobbers or I'm casting back and forth, you have to do a lot of focusing on what you're doing in the technique. Whereas with spay fishing, you're focusing on the proper way to cast the rod, to cast the fly, and once it's in motion, it's swinging through. Bro, you can turn right, you can close your eyes and do whatever, man. And if a fish wants it, he's gonna tear your arm off. You ain't gotta do nothing, right?
Hmm.
And that's important. So there's certain ways that allow you to like kind of enjoy that, and being in the water is important. Being able to walk on the banks and like feel the earth, underneath your feet, and you can kind of like you're out there with somebody, hopefully, but like you're kind of out there on your own, because you're walking and kind of you're doing your own thing, and you're not really at somebody else's pace, so it gives you a minute to
Hmm.
kind of just kind of chill out and kind of enjoy things around you. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, Kenny. So walk us through that moment, man, from your perspective.
It's on
Man,
video.
yeah, yeah. We lucky enough to film it, and it's funny because he's got his perspective of it where he gets to slow down and be in the moments. But when I'm filming, I feel like
Oh,
I don't
you're
get to
not.
experience the stuff. And we were talking like it was just one of those moments where I was like, put the camera down, I don't
We
care.
was chopping it up.
We're having a deep conversation about like life, emotions, and just kind of like trying to find our own like happiness, our own balance. Um, and then
And I
just
was like,
goes boom.
Kenny, dude, it was it was crazy. Like, I'll never forget. I have the fly sitting on that shelf back there, bro. Like,
Oh,
this is
I
when it's
love
gonna
it.
be with me. This is going on my grave, man.
Yeah,
Is like, I make like me and Kenny, we're probably chopping it up for 15-20 minutes. You know what I mean?
easily
Like, we're into it.
in
Now
a
this is the
deep
crazy.
conversation too.
I mean, a deep
Yeah.
conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is the last day of the season. The last day of the season. I thought I was gonna have more days to fish. I actually was guiding a couple more days after that. They closed it, so we're pretty much like we're trying to finish this film. We don't even know it. We got like 5 or 6 hours to
Yeah.
make this happen, right? We're in this conversation or whatever, and I'm just kind of turning, looking at Penny, and I'm going back, looking over, and then I'm like, something bumped, and I look back at Penny, and I was like, oh, got him, and it was one of the biggest female steelhead that I've caught, man. I mean, and it fought me so hard. I mean, like, can you tell you how long the video is, man? It's probably
Man,
10-12 minute video. Yeah,
easily,
it
yeah.
was like, good gosh. But it was the availability to have the conversation, like the way that we were in the
Hmm.
process that I was going through, to be able, like, I know what I'm doing. So like I was able to check out after I make the cast. I make the cast, I'm kind of just feeling through the water, and Kenny's on my shoulder, and we're just chopping it up. Obviously we should be filming, but like we didn't need it. No, and it's not on
Yeah.
Kenny. I'm just like, it was just like, we don't really need to, man. We're just chopping it up. I was like, we don't really need this on film. I'm just checking out another spot. It feels greasy. I think this is gonna get him. Like I had to get one here the other day. Let's go ahead and chop it up. And oh man, I just got snatched, and it was the best, because we were just so deep in this conversation. And the way that I describe steelheading for me, it's where I was having this conversation is it's the abrupt disruption of peace. That's what it is for me, right? I'm chilling. Most like if I'm out there doing my thing, I'm chilling. And if you're not, you suck at fishing. Well, I do. I do. Because you're not in the game. You're not in the game. And
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's kind of like, man, whatever you're doing and whatever you're good at. I don't care what you're at. And this is from kid, teenager, adult. You're good at something.
Mm-hmm.
You're good at something. Maybe you haven't given it enough time, but you are good at something and you probably don't even recognize it. But whatever it is when you're in the right headspace, you're always going to be better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't care what's up. You're always going to be better, right? And at that moment when I was talking to Kenny, like I was like kind of half there. I had some things going on in life. It's toward the end of the season, whatever. I'm trying to figure it out. But if you got into something and you love it enough, like I love fishing, you put the time in, and that's what I love about fishing. Like it got me through the conversation that I was having with Kenny.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It was a real one. Right.
Yeah.
And I put enough time in, and then I was starting to chill out and starting to get in my groove. I was like, yeah, got him. It was it, bro.
It's interesting too because it felt like the whole time we were filming, you were chasing them. You know what I mean? Like it was intentional. Every single cast, every single moment, and you were just like, I got to get a fish on camera. And then when we finally were able to relax, and then it's just like we were just in a different place, but we just happened to be on the river while you're fishing. Like you were physically doing something, but we were in a different place mentally, and then boom, there it goes.
You kind of like what I look at it, man. It's kind of like when you let the world take its grip off of you, and you let where you're at be the thing that's grabbing you, then you're in tune. You're in tune. You know what I'm saying? If you put enough time in, and like I was having that conversation because like like if you got a lot of stuff going on in your mind, like you're talking through stuff with yourself, and that might not be the best idea. The mind will do you dirty, But like when you get some perspective, you get to talk to somebody else, you get to, feel a similarity in a conversation and understanding with somebody else, man, you kind of get to relax and kind of be like where you're at. And because I put so much time into this technique, into this thing that I do, it just kind of took over, and I was rewarded. And I've had it, man, it's crazy, man. As soon as life gets in kicking my ass, man, I'll forget that stuff like that happens, but it does happen, and it's on cue. It's on cue. Like it happens when you need it to. I got another story. Well, I got stories all day, but I'll tell y'all another one. Y'all ask me something else. I got a good one.
Yeah. Go for it, man.
Okay.
ready
Well,
for it.
so
Yeah.
this is so I have this really cool cat from Idaho that I'm training to guide out on the Olympic Peninsula with me, right? He's a really nice dude. And we were just kind of chopping it up. It's the last day he's gonna be here, right? And I'm just showing him some stuff, and it's nice to show somebody something that they're interested in, but to have it happen the way that it's supposed to happen is just like wow. So, the last picture that's on my Instagram, that's my middle picture on Instagram. I caught on this is the river where I hooked my first steelhead on the swing, which is incredible in the first place. So then this is I don't know 14, 15 years later, and I'm teaching somebody. I mean, like step by step, not guiding. It's different. It's not guiding. Like guiding someone is trying to get them to do what they need to do to get through the day. Teaching someone is really giving them some like really in-depth like information about how to continue to do this, and you're going to build upon it. It's a coaching. It's different than guiding, right? So we're in this moment, we get down on this spot, and like the thing I'm doing is really technical. So I'm spay casting in the first place, so I'm casting around these like big boulders, and you got to cast to like the other side of the river and kind of aerial mend and pull it back. And I'm telling them like I made a cast and it was off from what I know, right? And I'm like, I don't mean it like this. So I pull my line back in and I put one right on it. And I'm like, I want it just like that. Ooh, yep. I mean, dude, this fish starts cartwheeling out of the water, like just going nuts. It was just one of those moments where I'm like that. That's how you do it. That's how you do
Yeah.
it. You need the confirmation. It's like, man, you can't show somebody how to shoot a jumper and you airball.
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
Yeah.
That
No, for
doesn't work.
sure.
No, not like that. You got to hit it. You got to give him the Chef Curry.
Yeah. So when it comes to that, like you want to pass on the skills, but I think like the reason, and even from the Hunters of Color side, I think the reason we do is also to pass along that feeling and the emotion of why we do what we do. So you've started a foundation, and I want to know a little bit more about like where that comes from, kind of what the mission is, and how you go about what you do operationally from the foundation side too.
So like the number one reason I started it was because of what this conversation's about, right?
Yeah.
And like that feeling that I've got from the sport, like back in Kansas or in this place and that place, man, it's been so much for me because man, I done been through hell, high water, lava, and rocks to get where I'm at. I done been through it. I done been through it, right? And if it wasn't for something that I could give myself, right? I don't know how I could move from place to place to place to place to place. Like it's hard owning a business, and owning
Mm.
a business like you know based upon other people's success is difficult, and then fishing in general is difficult. So like to get you through those moments, and that feeling where like these are the kind of things, man, they live with you forever, right? And I've learned a lot about life and what I should do in business throughout fishing, and I just felt like I wanted to give that to people. And then this is in that I said this in that movie Visibility that's out on YouTube. What happened for me is, man, and like I hate to get into this subject, but like there's a lot of stuff going on out there.
Hmm.
There's a
Yeah.
lot, right? Now, when this is 2020. I'm thinking something. I'm a black man. I'm not professional, but I'm out there. I'm out there.
Hmm.
I'm not in the like. Oh, we're gonna call the cops. Like that doesn't work. I'm out there. Right. And
Hmm.
I've had a lot of. I've had a lot enough. I've had a lot of things that have happened enough to make me be alert and be cautious about where I'm at and what's going on. And I'm not talking about the animals in the forest. I'm not
Right.
talking about that, right? So, um, what I was thinking about is I was like, well, what happens when it gets to a place where like it spills over, where it's uncomfortable or unsafe for me to be where I'm at,
Hmm.
right? Even though I'm out there all the time. Like I'll be out on the river. I mean, I wouldn't say it happens so much anymore. Like I'm a lot more well known than I was before. But like, man, I'd be out there working 2, 3 weeks, and somebody rows out in their boat, and they look at me like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? I live here." Man, I had
Yeah.
somebody roll up. I had somebody roll up. This is crazy. I had somebody roll up to me at the boat launch the other day, like pulled up on a motorcycle, like right next to my door, like 4 feet from the door. I thought he was a game warden with the cops. He's asking me questions, and I'm like, man, I'm trying to get out of here. Like, I don't really want to chop it up. And I just asked him like, hey, man, how was the ride? Like, how was the ride in? And he's like, oh, I live around here. And I'm like, where? And he doesn't really answer. Like, and I'm like, he's like, oh, I live down the road. And I'm like, yeah, bro, I know this area. Where do you live? Right?
Hmm.
And then he doesn't answer the question. But then he asked me where I'm from. And I'm like, here. And he's like, no, you're not. And that's the shit that drives me crazy.
Yeah.
So you live here and you just told me, and I'm supposed to believe you, but because I'm me and I tell you I'm here, bro, I live out here too. I'm seasonal, but I'm out here. So will you tell me where you live at? Like I know where you live at. I'm driving by your house. If you out here, where is it at? You want to answer, and I just peeled off on him. Like that. Those uncomfortable interactions are the things like, man, he doesn't know. Man, could have been my first time out there. Could have been my first time out there. It's not, but like,
Hmm.
could have been my first time out there. You get an interaction like that, and it makes you apprehensive to be out there. So when 2020 was happening and it was like popping off, we was having the stuff going down in Seattle and Portland, and I'm like, man, what's going down? Like this is
Hmm.
wild. I'm kind of getting a little nervous. You know, I'm like,
Yeah.
what's gonna happen? So I knew
I
me. I was like, I'm out there all the
I
time,
thought
man. Alaska. I've been
that's
everywhere.
it.
I've been everywhere, and I've never
Yeah.
really had this like uneasy feeling until this time because I could actually see. I was like, man, there's a shift going on. This
Yeah.
is this is kind of this is getting to be a little bit more than it was. And I was like, man, if I feel like this, and this is my job, man, I'm out here. How does it feel for somebody else that wants to come out here?
Mhm.
How would it be, right? So then I wanted to start this foundation to, you know, help enable other people, you know, a different opportunity with someone like me if it happens to be. It's not just about people of color or whatever like this. I got to focus. Everybody's got to focus. You got to focus, right? So I
Mhm.
want to get people out there, but like, definitely like I do want to, you know, put a little bit of priority on people that look like myself and others to get out
Yeah.
there and be comfortable and be that liaison to help them get out there. You know, I've been
Mhm.
now, as I said, I'm learning and growing is it cannot be from the guide seat. It has to be from a leadership standpoint where I'm trying to introduce someone. And that's been a process that I have been following, you know, been trying to find better, you know, to open up more opportunities and also like carve out more time for myself because there's a lot of people that want to go fishing with me, you know, and the bills come knocking and you have to allow yourself other time to, you know, to step away from that to bring people in there and introduce them in a softer way. So that's kind of what gave birth to the Fish Foundation because it's for your sanity and happiness. That's why I do it.
Mhm.
That's the only reason. That's the only reason I've ever done it. That's it.
Love
Bro.
that. Love that. Yeah, and we hear those same stories just in the outdoors in general, and we get a lot of pushback, kind of similarly to kind of what you just kind of alluded to. Is like you know, it's not just for people that look like us, but we do have that focus, and we're
Yeah.
very intentional towards people of color. Not because we're trying to take it away from our white counterparts, just because we want to create a space where people of color feel like, oh, I can go do this and I can learn this and I can have mentorship. And there are people that look like me that are out there doing that. So
It's a
it's
shame,
not
man.
to
It's a
take things
shame that you have to
away.
even
Yeah.
explain that. It's you know that. You know that. You know
Yeah.
that. It ain't never been that way. It's just shame that you
Yeah.
got to even explain it, and it's just it's ridiculous, honestly. But like
Hmm.
sometimes you gotta call it out. You gotta say what it is. Like I typically, and I mean, like I said, man, unless I'm out here chopping it up with y'all or something like that, who do I talk to?
Yeah.
Who do
Hmm.
I tell?
Hmm.
What happened? Like, what do I do? Like, you know, how do we speak about this? Is like, is there a hotline? Hey, 1-900 black folks on the river.
Yeah.
Like, I got a complaint. You know,
Yeah.
like, what do? You hold it
Right.
in, you keep it moving, and you just move on. It's unfortunate how much stuff like when you try to go out into these environments, how much shit you got to shrug off. I got to shrug this off to be out, man. What?
Hmm.
That's ridiculous. But it does happen. It does happen. You know. Um, Sometimes it's popular for us to talk about it, and then it gets old. Well, I'm still black. That
Yeah.
didn't change. I was black on Tuesday and probably gonna be black on Thursday. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's why it's like I think that's like why it's so important to build the community because then it's like when we're getting more and more black and brown bodies comfortable being in these spaces, it means they're more likely to show up in these spaces. So then when you're
Hmm.
out there, you're not the only one, and it almost in a sense normalizes seeing us in these spaces because
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
oftentimes I'm not gonna go easy like say oftentimes it's just people just don't know because they just only imagine us in ways because they've never had to interact with us. So then when they
Hmm.
interact with us out there in these spaces, they just are like, oh shit, well I thought you were just like the way I saw you on the news or just like I saw you on the video online.
Yeah, a lot of that. You know, it's yeah. I think a lot of I think I've been noticing that a lot more. It's kind of like I don't want to have to forget that I'm black to make you comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't because the thing is, number one, I'm Lael.
Yeah.
I'm not black. I'm Lael. Like I'm I'm a person of color to you because you know
Hmm.
we're looking at this different. Like even when somebody comes out with me, I'm like you're not a white person or Indian or whatever. It doesn't work that way for me.
Hmm.
That's not the way that I'm built. Um, but man, there's always It's not often, but man, once is enough. There's something that's gonna remind me I'm black.
Mhm.
I gotta think
Hmm.
about it. I remember actually. So this is the last day of the season. I stay out. And it's just a thought, man. Um, because everything doesn't work out, the way that it should always. Last day of the season, I'm on my pack raft. I'm out there by myself, and I'm out there fishing by myself all the time anyway. It don't matter. But like, I take a different path, and this is kind of how I fish when I'm in BC. Right, there's tons of public stuff in BC, but like I'm on the coast in Washington, and I'm like, man, this is a way I can get out. So you're kind of walking, walking from the river to, to the road, right, and there's private property out there, and don't get me wrong, there's high water marks and all the rest of stuff, whatever, but you never know. And some places are public and you're walking through. But man, it just depends on, who's whose yard are you walking through,
Mhm.
or even think about your house, like wherever you live at. If somebody's walking through your neighbor's yard, or maybe some area that might be like you're like a green space that's not actually owned by anybody, you're walking
Mhm.
through it. But if the dude that's in the house believes that he owns it, then you're on his property, and you're gonna have
Hmm.
that conversation at that time, and you might need to think about that, and I have to think about that at times. So yeah, it's trying
Yeah,
to.
that and the other side, like I also hate feeling like I'm an imposter because I'm a different color too.
Mhm.
And I think sometimes that I can get caught up in that realm of things. Like, oh, like, well, they don't think that I can do this. Even though I've been out here doing this for years, but I shouldn't have to feel like I'm an imposter to the space because of the color of my skin. Because marketing and media tells us that this
It
is a
is.
white
It's
people thing.
true. It's true. But yeah, it
Just
is.
got to
Like
check
it's
myself every now and then.
you do like it. And I don't say, man. It's like you want to be prepared as you can out there, because man, I'm out here dressed like CLT 6. Man, people still look at me sideways, like, which I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, do you see what I'm doing? Do you know who I am? Maybe you don't. But like, does it look like I'm posing out here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
because I'm wearing the black uniform. So,
All right, Lael, we're gonna hop into something that's gonna be a little bit fun for us. So I'm
yeah.
gonna read through some rapid fire questions for you, just kind of first thing that comes to your mind. Some of these are just gonna be straight questions. Some of them are gonna be having to choose like between one or the other. So first, what's the best place that you've ever fished?
The Olympic National Park, man. And that ain't even, that's my favorite place in the world, bro. And I've seen some gorgeous stuff. The Olympic National Park. Ain't even
Yeah.
close. Ain't even close to nothing else. Yeah.
What What is the most unexpected lesson that the waters have taught you?
Go with it, don't fight it.
Yeah. Can you give us a little bit more on that?
Yeah, so number one is you're not gonna stop water in the first place.
Yeah.
You're not gonna stop water, and you're not gonna stop time. Try to go along with it. Don't go with the flow, but go with it. Try to use it to your advantage. Try to move with it. So the things that are around, um, in the world and in the water, the more that you try to get into the flow with it, not into the flow, but into the flow with it, um, you can find better ways to navigate. This is life and the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Would you rather have wet feet or cold hands?
Mm. Cold hand. Nah. No,
Both
man.
of
I
them
think I
suck.
take the wet feet, bro. I think I take the wet feet. Honestly, like, I'll take the wet feet. I got a wet feet story. Like, it's a couple years ago, I was launching the raft, and it was the raft was kind of stuck to the trailer, and I took it off the strap and gave it a push, bro. It snatched me Superman off the raft. It's 12 degrees outside, and I failed the whole way. I mean,
Oh.
it's 7 o'clock in the morning, middle of December, just nasty, and my feet were cold, but the burning sensation in your hands is
Yeah.
terrible, and you can't do anything. Now you can't do anything. So I would take the cold feet over the cold hands, because at least I can catch a fish and then I can leave.
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
So on that note, and I think that I've probably got a good idea about where this is going to go based on the conversation we've already had, but I still want to ask just in case.
Yeah.
Would you rather have one big fish in bad conditions or 5 small fish in the best conditions?
Oh, the one, all day, all day. I'll go through hell and high water. That this thing is the five fish, man. It's great. It's like you think about your size or numbers. Is the
Mhm.
question. Um, the way that I look at it is like if I'm only chasing the big fish, those five, it don't happen anyway. Why do I need to
Mm.
focus on that?
Yeah.
That's gonna happen anyway, and I don't really need to think about it. But yeah, I've had some days where just getting my butt kicked and butt kicked and butt kicked. Some days it's been nasty weather, some days it's been decent, man. But I'll tell you that one from the one, yeah, that's it.
So when you're out on the waters, are you a music or no music person?
No music. It ain't for that. You need to be out there. You ain't out
Yeah.
there if you listen to like, oh, the new TI is slapping out. No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be out there. You should be paying attention. It's not. That's for the car. That's for the car ride. That's for the car ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, I changed my music to actually like when I changed my music taste a lot. I listen to a lot of like EDM and like chill music when I'm driving to the river because I'm not really trying to be in that headspace. Like you thinking about like
Yeah.
a lot of stuff that goes down with music, and this is like music with like lyrics and thing like that. They're meant to put you in a certain state. So
Yeah.
now you're mentally in the state where the artist wants you to be, and that's their job, right? With the chill music, you get your pick if you're gonna have some music, but never on the river. I don't do that. Plus, I don't want nothing walking up on me. I want to hear it.
Yeah.
Where
That's
I'm
very
fishing
true.
at, this ain't
Yeah,
Kansas,
no
man. This
cougars, no
this ain't
cougars.
no,
Yeah.
this ain't Kansas. I'm like, no, no,
So, and this question is going to hurt Kenny's feelings because Kenny always forgets snacks. We've done a few of these episodes now, and we've established that everybody is prepared when it comes to snacks except for Kenny.
Yeah.
So, what are your
No, you
go-to
ain't going.
snacks
You're
when
not
you're
gonna
out?
eat with me.
Oh,
You know.
you're no
That's
snacks
true.
out.
Oh no, I don't eat when I'm on
Yeah,
the river.
yeah.
Oh no, bro. No. This is I don't. Yeah, that's eating is for celebration. That's for when I get off of the river. The way I fish, if you're fishing, this is. I try to be gentler guiding wise, but I don't provide food. Like if you
Uh
want to
huh.
come out and eat, I'm a guide. I'm preparing your lines. I'm getting your flies ready. I'm making sure the boat's dialed. I'm making sure that if we need to launch in the dark, we got the lights. We got everything, safety gear. I'm not making sandwiches. So when I go to the river, I mess with my coffee. I got my coffee, and if my wife gave me a granola bar, then that may be eaten, but it's usually after I'm rowing out because I don't even think about it. I try to soak up
Yeah.
as much of that day as I possibly can. So yeah, you ain't gonna eat with me.
Yeah. Kenny needs to travel with you more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, we Gucci. We don't. We
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Kenny, I'm gonna throw it over you for your favorite segment of all time, and let you
Yeah.
get after it, man.
Yeah. So fishing, I gotta ask it two different ways for you. I
Okay.
feel like so fishing related. What's the one rod you're always gonna carry with you regardless of where you're going?
I have a 13.6 8 weight G Loomis Asquith spay rod.
Okay.
That's the well, as far as this spec, because I do two techniques.
Yep.
So it's my 13.6. That one, that's my, I call it the stick. It's like, man, I can get it done with
What
this
about
one.
what about a gear rod?
Sink.
What gear rod?
Okay, so my gear rod is it's a 9 8 to 17 pound G Loomis IMX. It's a bait caster. That's the one I use because you can throw spoons with it, throw spinners really well. Like if I needed to put a bobber on it, like it just gets busy. Um, I can land a big fish, 30 pound king, maybe bigger 30 pound king on it. Great for like 5 or 6 pound coho. It's
Mm-hmm.
not bad. And then if I need a single hand fly rod, like to do damage for most of the stuff that I'm doing out here, man, a 10 foot 7 weight gets it done, man.
Okay. Now, not fishing. This is just like anything outdoors. Anything
Hmm.
outdoors. What's going in the bag? Every single time you step foot, it don't matter if you're going on a hike, just gonna go row the boat and no fishing, hunting, everything. Like what's going in the bag?
Ooh. That's a good one. Camera,
Mm.
Mhm.
camera, camera.
And we
Yep,
Sony family here, so
camera all day. Yeah, that's actually that. Yeah, I was like, well, pliers, and I was like, nope, camera. And I was like,
camera.
easy, camera. Yeah, that's all. That's the thing that never gets left.
Yep.
The greatest moments you could ever have could be today, and you need your camera. You need your camera.
What's
That's
the
it.
go-to lens?
Man, I really want to say the 24 is the one. I really do. But man, I just got the new G Master 85, and I'm
Hmm.
like, oh my God, I love it. But it's too tight for shooting in the boat.
Yep.
So the 24, I got a 35 too, but I'd say I like the I like the 24 more because I just want to show a little bit more landscape. If I need to be a little bit closer to somebody so I can kind of help them manage holding the fish so we can get the proper picture. I could take pictures inside inside my truck. You know, like
Mm.
the 24 is pretty much the one. The 1.4 G Master 2 24 is the one.
See, I'm the opposite side for what I like to capture. So I'm on the 7200 side where
Yeah,
I'm getting things.
man. I got them all, man. On my God, what do I got?
Yeah.
I got 24, 35. I got rid of the 50 to get the 85. 24 to 70, 70 to 200. I got a 14, which is actually crazy. I really love
Yeah,
the
that's kind
14.
of wide. That's
The
that's
14,
like
it's
super
great.
super wide.
I
Yeah.
got it. I got it for shooting inside the vehicle, inside the
Oh,
truck.
dope.
So
Yeah.
that's really what it's good for, and it's really good for close-ups over the shoulder as well. But yeah, man.
Mine's been
And
the 35 to 150 lately. Like that, the Tamron makes a 2.0 to 2.8, I think is what it is.
wow. Okay.
And it's kind of fire because it's just like 150 is, I mean,
That's some
it's
distance.
yeah,
That's it. Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
kind of been my
Mhm.
go-to.
Yeah. And I'm a drone guy. So
Keep the
love
drone
my
in the bag.
drones. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not I keep crashing them joints. I fly over water too much. Man, oh my gosh. Yeah, I've dumped two Mavic 3 Pros.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's why I got to keep working.
Yeah. Yeah, get another drone.
I do. I have the Mavic. I have the Mavic 4 Pro that I'm scared to fly
Yeah.
because it's really expensive, and now they got the DJI ban and stuff. I'm like, how do I get another one? And hopefully it comes in. I just bought the Mini 5 Pro
Mm.
because you can fly it in Canada
Yeah.
without registration.
Yep.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
So
it's
because I have a drone
under 50 grams, I think is what the rule is.
under
Or
250
250?
grams.
250,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
249.9. So you can fly it in Canada commercially or recreationally without registering it, which is awesome. You don't need the Part 107 equivalent that they have up in Canada. I have Part 107 for the US. But yeah, because there's a lot of beautiful stuff in Canada, and like not taking a drone up because I don't take a drone up there because I'm not trying to get himped up.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Well, now we know we got to be watching your Instagram.
Oh, it's about to go down.
Yeah.
I'm changing the game. It's about to.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm taking off in a little while. We're gonna see some good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Leo, you can't be on the Unfiltered Outdoors podcast without giving an unfiltered outdoors thought. So, what is something on your mind? It could be the hottest of hot takes. It could be something you feel like is not said enough. Whatever it may be. What is your unfiltered outdoors thought?
Oh, I think this is kind of like where I'm going to. Mine is fish wild and explore. That's kind of where I'm at now. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm at. If I kind of like put it down to one thing, it used to be one cast can change your life, which you can. Right. But like I've done a lot of fishing, go a lot of places, and I want people to chase like these wild spaces because I think they're important to get out there and get away and see what like
Mm-hmm.
this is what the real world's like. The cities, that's not the real world. The real world is out in the outdoors. Like that's what it was always like, right? We came in and
Yeah.
built things, right? And then the 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 fact that like people need to explore and see different things to feel like they're moving towards something um without parameters around it because like
Mm-hmm.
you can go as far as you want to in exploring out in like the natural world, there's limits that society puts on us for things and places that you can go. There's rules and laws and things like that. But that exploring portion of it, is important. And it's like I said, mine is fishing, but it could be whatever it is for you, like whatever it gets to that. But like the do something wild and explore. That's my
Hmm.
hot take on what uh what I
Yeah.
got going on, or what I recommend to other people as well.
In other words, people spend too much time in the house and in buildings.
Yeah, or
Way too
what
much.
even what like what we hear a lot of people say too is like, yeah, just ease into it, but like get out there, just go for it.
Get
Hmm.
out there. Like I said,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter. Like, you don't need to go crazy, man. There's levels to this, man. Please don't be on
Yeah.
the news. Please do not be on the
Yeah.
news. We don't want
Right.
that. We not for finding you. Like, you,
Yeah.
world record trout. Like, I love that. But like,
Yeah.
don't be on the news for nothing else. Just kind of ease yourself into it. Just kind of get comfortable. There's a lot of apps out there. There's a lot of safety things that you can actually take out the risk. So as much as I say get unplugged, there are a lot of things that do provide you a good amount of safety. Like, if you do get into something, like, man, every time that you go out,
Hmm.
there's a possibility for something to go left, and you can kind of protect yourself. And just
Yeah.
um, don't ever take nature for granted. Don't
Yeah.
don't do that. Don't underestimate it.
For sure. For sure. Well, Lael, if people want to find you on Instagram, how can they do that?
You can go to Lael Paul Johnson on Instagram, or you can go to Fly Guide FLYGYDE on Instagram as well. Hit me up, send me a message. Like to go fishing with you, and if you're looking for some more charity stuff that's going on, hopefully throughout this summer and fall, you can go to the Fish Foundation. It's FYSH Foundation on Instagram, and send me a message, man. Let's talk. I like chopping it up with people. Like, guide season's kind of over right now. I'm a lot more receptive and available to messages. So hit me up.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Lael, appreciate you hopping on with us. It's been a great conversation. If you have not liked, subscribed, or followed the Unfiltered Outdoors podcast yet, we'd love for you to do that. We appreciate you guys listening. Lael, Kenny, it's been great. We'll
Yes,
see you guys
sir.
next time.
Thank you.
Peace.
Peace.